Toddlers to Teens TV and unity-qld.com.au. Welcome to this week's video. This week I'm going to discuss with you how I have just been fired as a parent. I have two teenagers, as you know, or you may have heard, and what I'm feeling with my nearly 14-year-old and my 15-and-a-half-year-old is that I've been fired as a parent, and not having the control I used to have and the connection that I used to have with them took me a little bit off guard. So I want to go through a couple of solutions that I'm looking at the moment that may help you as your children grow up. So I feel like I've been fired as a parent, but yet seemingly pro bono rehired as a consultant and a coach. And so that means that I no longer can give them solutions to things. I have to either make suggestions or I have to allow them their process of working out the problem just by asking some tricky questions like, well, what's worked for you before? What do you think would work? What are a couple of ways you can go about that? Because if I give them the solution straight up, they either don't listen or they completely put it to one side and go, well, that won't work. And they don't seem to take any responsibility over their situation. It's like, well, Mum will fix it. Mum always fixes it. Mum, you go and fix it. I've started to also, instead of reminding them constantly what needs to happen every day, I found that wasn't working. So I started to write notes on their lunch bags. So they've got a list of things that they need to follow up on that day on their lunch bags. And if it's not done, I don't say anything. I just write it again the next day. I'm actually finding that's quite effective. So I've got to learn to influence the situation and guide the situation in a really tricky way rather than try and control it. A lot of the things they've learnt over the years on how to do things and how things work don't seem to always be happening. So instead of jumping up and down, I just ask them again and ask them again. And then if they want something, I'll say, well, until that's done, I won't do it. And immediately they're up there doing it. So I have to also look at that my connection with them isn't as strong. So I can't seem to have those heart-to-heart talks. One thing in our family is we've always been very lucky that we've had good communication, and the kids do tend to open up and tell me a lot of things. And I really love that. I love that they can trust me and that they can talk to me when they need to. However, the heart-to-heart talks that we used to have aren't there anymore. And there's a couple of reasons for that. As teenagers, they're reconnecting with how to feel as an adult. And yeah, there's just a lot of things I don't want to go into depth about and sit down and talk to me. They're too busy doing things that they want to do or too busy doing nothing. So instead, if I really want to let them know something that's important, I'll write them letters. I also can trap them in the car. That's a good thing. You know, get them in the car. They can't open the doors. They can't get out. And I ask them about their day and what's going on for them and how's it going with your friends and, you know, what's going on there, who's doing what, how are your teachers, which is the teacher you like the best. If they give me a generalised statement, I then ask questions to break that down as well, just to aid them in being able to communicate in their world. A lot of the time, children come from their emotions and they learn through their experience and they build their beliefs and rules around that. It's my job as a parent to continually model as well as teach them how to turn those emotions into communication, which then is going to get them the positive relationships they're looking for. So does it get tougher when they are teenagers? I don't know if I'm finding it tougher. I'm certainly finding it different. And the biggest thing for me is realising that we need better relationships with our teenagers so that then they can then move into making better relationships for themselves. We need to teach them how to build those positive relationships, build those boundaries and respect others' needs. At the moment, my children don't need me telling them what to do. They need me guiding them. And so I'm learning as I go, and I hope that I've helped you learn something new about your children today. Thank you, and I look forward to your feedback. And if you've got any questions at all or you'd like to talk about your situation a bit more, please don't hesitate to call me. You can email me, get my details through Toddlers to Teens, or visit my website www.unity-qld.com.au. Thank you. Talk to you next week.